listening to AM 1220 KDOW, the Bay Area's business leader. And welcome to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy, helping you explore new marketing and social media trends that will give you that extra punch in your marketing strategy. Now, here's your host for Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy, Erica Taylor Montgomery.
Good morning and welcome to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy is a show that covers everything you need to know to punch through your competition and deliver that total knockout when it comes to your public relations, your marketing, your social media, branding, advertising, and so much more. I'm the founder and CEO of Three Girls Media and Marketing, which is a public relations and social media marketing agency that really specializes in working with small and mid-sized companies with very cost-effective solutions. You can find us online at threegirlsmedia.com. That's threegirlsmedia.com. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. We are live. We'll be able to take your phone calls throughout the hour, and we have another terrific show lined up for you today, and it is all about mobile marketing, one of the hottest topics when it comes to marketing your business today. My guest is actually a familiar voice on Punch. It's great to have Adam Helway of Secret Sushi Creative back on the program. Now, Adam is the CEO and founder of Secret Sushi Creative, which is a strategic design, digital, and social media marketing agency. And he specializes in the convergence of design, social, and technology to really provide businesses with more intelligent and interactive ways to connect with customers and grow. And then covering the very latest breaking news and trends in digital marketing, every week, Adam co-hosts the top syndicated social, local, and mobile podcast called The So-Lo Mo Show. Adam, welcome back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm terrific. It's great to have you back in the studio.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to dive into this topic again. You know, it's one we've talked about briefly when we were here before, but I think this topic deserves so much attention, and there's so much going on in the space of mobile marketing today that it was really worth dedicating today's entire show to. So I'm excited to dive in.
Great.
So I think that there are still a lot of questions and confusion around exactly what mobile marketing is and kind of the different areas that it includes. So maybe we can start with sort of a basic description and definition of mobile marketing and what all that entails.
Yeah. So initially, I think people kind of confuse mobile marketing with mobile advertising, right? And mobile advertising would be potentially a subset of mobile marketing, and refer to mobile marketing as a way to basically send out offers and advertisements to people that have mobile devices and kind of leave it at that. And I'd say you're missing out on a ton if that's really all that you consider mobile marketing. Mobile marketing has, I would say that the best way to describe it is due to the fact that majority of people are going to be very, very soon here, and the data shows that it could be as soon as this year, even though most people have been saying for the last couple of years that 2014 will be the year that the folks that are using mobile devices to access the internet will surpass the folks who are using computers to access the internet on a daily basis, and that will never, ever go back. It'll never change. It'll never revert back. The majority of folks that access the internet will be accessing it with mobile devices, both with tablets and with smartphone devices.
You know, this is very similar to the shift that we saw happening maybe 10 years ago with the advent of the internet.
Yep.
And how at one time the yellow pages were really the way that you got the word out about your company. Whether you just had a small little listing or a full page ad, the yellow pages were the vehicle that everybody used to find out what businesses were out there and how to contact them. And then all of a sudden, the internet came around and everybody started realizing over the matter of a few years that if you were in business, that you really needed to be online and you really needed to have a website for your business. And now that's ubiquitous. Everybody understands that. Everybody knows that if you're in business, you've got to have a website. But I think this new shift that we're seeing in terms of mobile marketing and the fact that very soon here in the next year that smartphone and tablet usage is going to eclipse the usage of laptop and desktop computers when it comes to people accessing the internet. We have another tremendous shift going on here for businesses in the way that people need to communicate about their companies and about getting the word out to their audience, to their customers about how they do business. It's completely changing.
Yeah, and we go, this is a shift that happens not because businesses decide to be on mobile and then therefore everybody else follows. We're following where consumer behavior goes, right?
Sure.
So it's when we saw that eyeballs are shifting from one thing to another, when people were listening to the radio for many hours of the day, then shifted to TV, and still a lot of people are listening to radios and TV, and that's why you've got the show, and people are still advertising successfully on the radio and on the internet, the same thing. And now eyeballs are shifting from strictly being tethered to a desktop computer to mobile devices, and we want to shift people's attention that way and shift the businesses and brands to understand how to take advantage of it. Now, how is that different other than the fact that people are looking on, say, these other devices? Well, there's context now, so there's location has something to do with it. There is context in the sense that when you're out and about and you're looking up information, it is very, very different than looking up that sort of information or wanting to access that information from your office or your home or wherever it is that you happen to be sitting on the computer. And additionally, our devices tend to be more and more personalized, right? I kind of jokingly say it's like your toothbrush. You don't necessarily let everybody else use the toothbrush. I hope not. And so your device, for the most part, becomes personalized with your information. It usually has your phone numbers, your contact book, your Facebook account is directly in the device, amongst other things. And so mobile marketing really is taking advantage of all those elements, not just being able to get somebody on a smaller form factor and leveraging them to engage with folks, to market to folks, to advertise with folks, and also to make sure that the fundamental stuff about you and your business and your brand is able to be accessed on things that have a different form factor than your desktop computer.
Yeah, and speaking of things like cell phones becoming more personal and really taking on your identity like a toothbrush, I was talking to a friend very recently, and we were talking about how somebody had lost their wallet in a shopping center, and she managed to find the person and get it back to them in the parking lot. But she said that she would much rather lose her wallet than lose her smartphone, because her smartphone has got all of her contacts in it, all of her bookmarks for all of her websites. I mean, she's got so much information and data stored in her smartphone that she would actually rather lose her wallet than lose her phone. It's amazing.
Exactly. And, that leads to other trends that are happening here in the future with mobile payments and wallets and things like that, where essentially she wouldn't have to worry about losing that wallet anymore because it'll be directly on the mobile device. So then she can worry a little bit more about that phone than she did before. But, I fundamentally, again, with the behavior shifts that are happening with folks, we see things like, for instance, 75% of people in America who had mobile devices said that they use their mobile device to find real-time information. And real-time information meaning, like, right at that moment, they were looking for an answer to something, whether it was because they were traveling around and they saw something, or whether they were looking for a particular business at the very moment that they were there. And that sort of thing is, do you want to be there when they're looking for that information? That's why we were in the Yellow Pages previously, like you said, because that's a place people looked for information when it was time to find a lawyer, a plumber, and those sorts of things. And about 60% of those folks then actually used it to call the person or the business that they found with that real-time information. And then lastly, about 50% of those people actually walked into the business and ultimately, hopefully, did some business with the person.
Yeah, absolutely. I just came back from a week-long business trip in Seattle to visit my team members up there, and my smartphone and my iPad were absolutely invaluable traveling around the Seattle area, helping me find everything from the nearest coffee to, restaurants to gas stations to, everything that I needed while I was there. So critically important to be able to cater to this new mobile world that is really going to eclipse the land of the laptop or desktop computer. So when we come back from the break, I want to talk a little bit more about mobile websites and the difference between a mobile website and a traditional website and why having a mobile ready website is so important. So we'll touch on that as soon as we get back from the break. You're listening to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and we'll be right back.